Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is Karts and Coasters for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, one of the original scenarios from RCT1. A large park hidden in the forest with only go-kart tracks and wooden roller coasters. Your objective, to have at least 1,000 guests in your park at the end of October Year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. So not a huge goal then, but I can already see, let's turn off scenery so I can see better. The terrain is going to be slightly challenging, which I believe this was in the challenging section of RCT1, but I'm sure the quality of life improvements on RCT2 and therefore Classic will make it quite simple. Okay, so we've got some big go-karts and some big coasters. So, because this is based on an RCT1 scenario, there won't be any block breaks on these, but and I can see both stations at the same time. That's cool. So one thing we can do is we can add block sections, but we can also, since the stations are so long, we can also split the stations. So if we split it so that they're at least 6 tiles long for, say, the entrance station, then a gap of 1 tile, then 6 tiles long for the exit station. That way then we can keep the maximum length of the wooden coaster trains. Let's check out the prices. Oh, there you go. No photo section on that. We've seen that one. Hang on. No photo section on that. So we'll put them both up to £10. We'll put a photo section on there as well. We'll try them with 3 trains, which I think they're running now. And then maybe we'll change it down to 2. I think that should be enough to start us off with. Let's see what we've got. We've got chairlifts. We've got, okay, a lot of water rides in there. We've got a couple of extra coasters. We've got some thrill ride, the twist. We've seen those. The log flume, that could be handy. And not a great selection of shops. So, first things first, we're going to put our research into shops, at least probably for the first year. For the go-karts, let's have a look. There's the first one. And there's the second one. Okay, so we can put them both up to 5. Great excitement on them both. We'll put them down to 1 lap as well, and yeah, that should be fine for that. We haven't, by the looks of it, got any food stalls down, so we'll put the 2 that we've got down plus the toilets. We'll put them around maybe a few different places in the park, leaving space for a kiosk, because we're probably going to get one of those unlocked. And yeah, I think that's enough for now. Looking at it realistically, if you see, I've mentioned this sort of, I don't know what the term would be, game theory maybe, in the past. So these two are your final bosses. So you don't need any more major coasters. These are your standout rides, plus the go-karts as well. So any other rides that you add can just be small filler ones. Because we've only need 1,000 guests. So we've already got enough rides in the park to get us most of the way there. As long as we concentrate on rating and things like that, we'll be fine. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. May year 1, and we've done both of the coasters, also given them a nice paint job and painted the cars as well, the trains as well. So yeah, so we've got Timber Terror and Lumberjack. We've seen those before. Start's just waiting to come back on that one. It'll be 9 point something. So I haven't decorated the stations yet. I will do that in due course. Adjusted the pathing as well. So we've got some nice big queues. We can hold a lot of guests in them. Split the stations. As you can see, the exit for Lumberjack, it comes underneath and comes up that way. So we've got the entrance and the exits close together on both of them. So that's cool. We are getting some complaints about the amount that they've been queuing for the cart. So I think we'll make the queues a little bit shorter. We'll try that. If they still complain, because they are quite long tracks, maybe we can add some entertainers or something like that in the future. We've unlocked the kiosks, so we'll start putting those around and about the place. Yeah, I think maybe what we'll do as well is lengthen the stations for the go-kart so we can fit more cars on there, because we've got 12 on that one, and 14 on that one. I think I've raised one of them. Yeah, so I think that's going to keep me busy for the next month or so. And yeah, let's crack on. July year one, 487 guests in the park. We got the green arrow, so that's going up. The ratings getting there, so that's cool. One problem that we were having a lot of guests complaining about litter, so I had to hire a lot of handymen. I thought I'd already done that. Oh, actually, I had already done that, but I had an issue when I was moving the entrance station for the go-karts just there, where it was freezing again. And it's the same issue I had on Three Monkeys Park. So I don't know. I'm not going to try and replicate it now, because when I tried to replicate it on the video for that scenario, it didn't work. It didn't freeze. So it made me look like an idiot. So yeah, I've extended the stations on these. And also on the other one, I've been doing some minor tweaks to the pathing. I think, let's have a look. Can we see? Oh, there you go. So with this go-kart's just here, the exit was on the other side and it came out there. So what I've done, because I've moved the exit the other side, I've just ran a normal path down there to utilize that. So just to make it easier for guests to get around the place. I think in general, the path isn't too bad. It's a bit sort of out there for my liking, but sort of here, there, and everywhere. But to be honest, changing it is probably going to take ages, and I think I'll probably just make some minor tweaks if I need to. So I think from here on, we'll just concentrate on maybe going around, adding some shops and things like that as and when they unlock, making some minor tweaks where we need to. And we'll do that for the rest of the year. Hopefully by then, the rating will be up on maximum, the guest numbers will be up higher, and we'll be in a good place for year two. I think if we get all the boring stuff done in year one, and then year two, then we can just go nuts building rides and things like that. October year one, so I've just been putting down some scenery and things like that on the stations, decorating those, added a twist as well because we already had that. I hired some entertainers for the go-karts because people were complaining about the queue length. So since I already had handymen, mechanics and entertainers, I figured I might as well hire a security guard. So we might end up eligible for Best Staff Award. I'm not shooting for awards on this one, but it'll be nice if we get something. Yeah, so I've switched my research now into thrill rides. So for year two, what we're going to do is I've already picked up a nice spot here for the log flume that we've got in there. We've also got Virginia Reel and Junior Coaster, so we can put them down. But whilst I'm fiddling about doing those, because it's going to take a while because of the terrain is going to be so awkward. I mean, the actual rides will be quite quick. It'll be the pathing and things like that take the longest time. So whilst I'm doing that, as and when the thrill rides unlock, I'll stop what I'm doing, I'll put one down, and then I'll go back to building the rides that we've been doing. That way, then the guest numbers will keep going up. It's on 800 now with the green arrow. The rating is up high as well, so we're doing well there. Yeah, so that's the plan for year two. I don't see any issues. We only need 200 more guests, so we should be fine. July year two, and do you know I said I wasn't shooting for awards on this one? Well, we've only gone on 4 in a row, which, considering there's two things. Number one, obviously it's really cool. But number two, it's also quite annoying. So regular viewers will know I haven't yet done factory capers because for that one I'm doing an episode where I'm focusing on awards. And so I'm not sure. I think we've got 4 in a row on this when we weren't aiming for it quicker than I did on that one when I was aiming for it. And also one of these awards that I've won here, I wasn't able to win on factory capers. Spoiler there, but whatever. Yeah, so it's great, but it's a bit annoying. One thing you've also got to keep in mind though is that every time you win a positive award, you get a 25% boost on your guest spawn rate. So at the moment, I'm getting 100% boost on the spawn rate. So yeah, it's great. We've got 1,100 guests with the green arrow. At some point, these awards are going to fall off, and then that boost is going to fall off, and then I'll guess the spawn rate is going to go back to normal, and our guest numbers are probably going to fall. So that's something you've got to keep in mind. If you're getting a lot of rewards and you're over the target, don't relax. You've got to still keep on building, because at some point it's gonna fall. Anyway, I won't show you what I've been building. I mean, you can see. I mean, I'm not saying close your eyes, but we'll do that at the end of the year. October year 2, and we've got a Virginia reel just down here. It's called Tiny Terror Tubs. What are the stats like? Not bad. Not bad at all. So we're charging £10 a go for all the roller coasters. I am checking the profit every now and then as something that you need to keep your eye on as well. At least once a year, maybe every October, every March, check that just to make sure and lower the prices if you need to. We've decorated those stations. There you go. We got a motion simulator just down there. Coming around, we've got the log flume. Beaver Falls, just there, decent stats. Oh, haunted house. Okay, so we've finished unlocking all the thrill rides. I've put my research into roller coasters, so clearly we'd already finished that a while before I noticed. So it's unlocked a gentle ride. It's picked gentle rides at random and selected whatever was first on the list. So yeah, it falls down. Goes through the photo section and then back around. I've split the station on that. I didn't originally, but there was a bit of a backlog because guests were trying to get out whilst guests were trying to get on, and it's just a bit of an issue. This way, it is a lot quicker, and we are struggling to fill the rides, so I might reduce that down. I mean, guests are happy to pay £10 on it, but if we get too many more guests in the park, we are going to maybe get a problem with overcrowding, so we want to get more guests off the paths. One thing I didn't mention as well with the go-karts, because it's such a low throughput ride, yeah, guests will complain if they're in the queues for a long time. But if they're in the queues for a long time, they're not on the paths, spending money in the shops and also spending money on other rides as well. So we've got a few shops and things just down there. We've got a roto drop there. Might be the first time you're encountering one of these if you're playing on Classic. So it's similar to the launch tower, except this one, with the launch tower, you can set it to launch or to drop. With this one, it only goes up. So it'll go up quite slowly. It'll spin at the top, then it'll drop. One thing you can do with these is you can build it without the top on it, and it'll still give you great stats, and it won't crash or anything. It'll just spin along the bottom. We've seen the twist, and then coming around here, we've got the pair of suspended swinging inverter ship things, swinging inverter ships, and then we've got Orangy Bug just down there. Decent stats on that. Junior coaster, so it comes out, drops down with the queue line. I've done it kind of like a viewing platform, so the guests here in the queue can watch the car get launched along the booster. And then a little hill up, a little airtime hill up, and then down, and then up, interacting with the path and the go-karts, and then the blue coaster. What's that? Lumberjack, which is broken down again. They're breaking down all the time. That's an issue. I am going to have to look into reliability as well and work out what the best ways of increasing and maintaining that. I presume it's getting them inspected very, very quickly. Yeah, and then what have we got over this side? Where are we now? Where's the path going? There you go, path going this way. So we've got the launch tower just there, entrance underground, 3D cinema just there. And then we're back to the Virginia Reel. Cool. So year 3 then. We've got more guests than what we need. We needed 1,000. Obviously, we don't want exactly 1,000. We want a little bit of a buffer. So 200 is fine. We'll probably end up with a bit more than that. We're researching roller coasters. I don't know what we're going to get out. We haven't got a huge amount of space. So I don't know if we are going to put any down. Some shuttles or something might be the way to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on doing some scenery, fencing, that sort of thing, maybe tweaking the paths or whatever, maybe putting down some shops. And then if anything decent comes out or something easy comes out, maybe I'll put one of those down. But other than that, it's probably going to be a pretty easy year. October year 3. So I've got the rides window open. I've got them sorted by age. So as you can see, the last ride I built was Terror Tower, which is the drop tower just there. So I haven't built anything this year. All I've done is I've just gone around the pathing, adding some fences where I can, add in maybe some little scenery touches and things like that around the place. There you go, some bridges there, color coordinating them with the coaster that it goes over. Fencing, maybe the extra shop here and there. Keeping an eye on the rating, keeping an eye on the guest thoughts, keeping an eye on these rides, which just keep breaking down all the time. So what I've tried is I've got, well, there you go, Colin Mechanic. It doesn't help that my paths are quite awkward, I suppose. I mean, they make total sense for us, but the actual AI operating the pathfinding probably doesn't make any sense to them at all. So I've actually hired a mechanic and got it just inspecting, and I've zoned it around this area here. So it's quite a big area. I think in hindsight, if I'd have had the entrance and exit quite close together for both rides, maybe I've, instead of them being over there for the blue one, over here somewhere, maybe where the motion simulator is, it probably would have been a lot easier. But in the end, I mean, it's fine. We've got the guest numbers up. It's almost on 1,400, so it's way more than what we need. We don't want to go too high because then you risk overcrowding. One thing I've done this time, which I don't normally do, is I've been putting bins down as well. And that worked out all right. I had a quick once around the park just now, turning everything, all the transparencies off to have a look for vandalism. And I think there was one bin or one pair of bins that had been vandalized, so I repaired them and jobs are good on. So yeah, let's have a look. What can we focus on for the outro then? Oh, I think it'll be Orangey Bug. Yeah. So it's probably Halloween, is it? Yep, it's Halloween. There you go. We're going to pass it. Stew. Awesome sauce. Okay, are we going to unlock anything? There you go, Mel's World. Cool. Yeah, so that was a fun one then. I'll be honest, I didn't really remember this one from the first time round. It's probably because I assume I just deleted everything and went from there. So there was nothing really memorable about it. But I'm glad I kept them. To be honest, it probably made it easier, especially as I said with the quality of life enhancements from RCT2 and Classic, where you can add things like block brakes, etc., to make sure that the trains are safe. I don't know if I mentioned I tried running them on the wooden coasters on 2 trains, and then I went back to 3 because the queue for the yellow one was huge, and at the moment it's huge now, but that's because it keeps breaking down. So as long as I can get it running for the outro, I don't mind. I'll probably switch it back to 2 trains for the outro just to make sure there's no stopping on the blocks or that sort of thing. This one looks empty, so I'm guessing guests are fed up with paying it. I did say I usually check in October, but it does make more sense to check in March because once it goes into March, that's when the rides will start depreciating, and if guests are going to get fed up of paying to go on, they will. In that, look at the profits on the 2 wooden coasters, or the Timber Terror's down because it's broken down, but Lumberjack, that's huge, and the other one as well, Timber Terror, that's been up there as well. So yeah, let's make sure this is on. Oh, there you go. We'll make sure it's on full load for the outro. So cool. Yeah. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I've been Stu. This has been Karts and Coasters. Hope you had fun. I know I did, and I'll see you soon. Bye.